Okay, sir.
So the limits of liberal thought for him would be that liberal thought emphasizes freedom far more than equality. Right?
Okay, sir.
So therefore, Ambedkar is very much strongly on the side of equality also. Equality. Without equality, freedom is
Okay, sir.
meaningless. But his critique of Marxism would be that it refuses to see the separate social problems as separate from economic.
Okay, sir.
Social oppression as separate from economic exploitation. So in that sense, he's forging a kind of his own theory
Okay, sir.
out of a critique of both of these.
Okay.
But he is in some ways much more intellectual in terms of his own formation as an intellectual. He comes from a liberal. I mean, in Maharashtra, there's been a very strong liberal. Ranade is one of his.
Okay, sir.
So yeah, I mean, so in one of the clear things about it is that apart from the fact that it's partly liberal, partly socialistic, and critique of both, but deriving from both, etc.
Okay, sir.
It's definitely a modern, a very unambiguously modern
Okay, sir.
ideology that he is forging. Right? There is only radical social transformation, for which the available discourses are these liberal and socialist sort of discourses at that historical time.
Okay, sir.
And social reality being caste ridden. So the only way out of it is to embrace a modern outlook. Right?
Okay, sir.
So his own view of the village is that it's obviously the kind of thoroughly caste ridden, and therefore there is nothing redemptive about the village in the way that Gandhi thinks that village is some kind of ideal place. So yeah, well, that is the basic thing about it. What else?
Okay, but does this mean also that Ambedkar's idea supporting dams and the new corporates, and that also comes into a capitalist form of understanding?
Supporting corporates means what?
No, capitalism, for example, supporting the capitalist economy.
Uh,
Does it also mean?
but where is the supporting capitalist economy?
He doesn't say, but can we say that when modern outlook when it comes?
So modern is not. See, capitalism is not something you support or you can't prevent it. So, right? Capitalism is so. What is his plank? What is his plank? It is some kind of equality-based argument, which of course is not directly confrontational with capitalism. But insofar as it emphasizes equality, it breaks with the ideologies of capitalism.
Okay, how's that? No, in the sense of
because capitalist ideologies emphasize freedom, right? Property-based freedom, more rather than equality.
Okay, got it.
So it is an emphasis on equality, which is not which doesn't take the form of a revolutionary activity of the Marxist kind, but it's still wanting to imagine a state in which freedom and equality have an equal share, but rather than just freedom for the entrepreneur without equality for the citizens. So this is not. I mean, this is there. In the there are many people who are arguing for that, right? Equality. There are, for instance, socialistic thinkers who are not Marxists, but who work within a So for instance, Labour Party in Britain is of that kind in those days, not now, but in those days. It's a working class party which says that equality. The difference between conservatives and Labour in a British context would be that conservatives emphasize freedom over equality.
Okay.
So that's the liberal thinking, liberal and conservative thinking. Right?
Okay.
So they don't...
Liberal for equality.
Huh?
Liberal argue for equality and conservatives...
No, not
emphasize
liberal.
freedom.
See, liberal conservative is so the liberal thing is a capitalistic ideology.
Okay, sir.
Conservatives are still more, they want only freedom for themselves, not for everybody.
Okay.
But the liberal is freedom for everybody.
Okay, sir.
In a property, based on property relations.
Okay, sir.
But not equality. So equality is considered a Marxist communist thing, which they don't agree with.
Okay, but Ambedkar talks about equality.
Yeah.
That is a difference. That is a clear-cut difference.
That's where he breaks with the liberal ideology.
Oh, great, sir. I'll transcribe your audio. Okay, sir, one more thing is, now Gandhi. Actually, one is Gandhi, there was sense in some places he also talks about this, we should remove this capitalist economy. He doesn't say capitalist economy, the industrial form of things. We should go for a village form of structure where we all produce our own and where equality would be prevailed.
Yeah.
So that in a sense, he
Equality,
says that, but...
there is no equality.
That cannot be an equality in that.
Gandhi has a trusteeship thing, right? He says landlords are trustees, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So he wants to preserve the whole thing.
Then what was the landlord trust? Okay. Explain this point a little more, sir. Landlord trusteeship. I remember that he was supported.
Landlords are trustees. Landlords should think of themselves as trustees. See, the basic thing about Gandhi's ideology is that it's not a serious ideology. In the sense, he is not fighting for those values. He is just using them for symbolic purposes. So there is a sharp division between Gandhi's symbolic politics and his practical politics. In his symbolic politics, he opposes capitalism. He says the village is the ideal unit and all those things. But in practical politics, he works for capitalist interests.
Okay, let us keep the symbolic politics. One is capitalist way. There is a contradiction between even if you read Gandhi. But there is an argument, even symbolically at least he spoke.
About what?
About the village form of structure and the traditional form of labours.
He spoke, yeah.
He spoke. So that if we have to critique, in the sense, can we also understand that the village form of structure which people imagine in the West and the South, in the India, is a caste-ridden, inequality-based structure.
Yeah.
So that the village form of structure...
That is Ambedkar's critique.
Yeah. So that is the major thing. So that it is okay. Awesome, huh?